Some quick advice on the Kreg router plate mounting. So, if like me, you've done a butchered job of the installation, life lesson there is use multiple layers of double-sided tape to get a good grip. The fence that I had running here when I routed it out kind of nudged out a little bit, and you have that mess then. So that's a good, probably just under a quarter. So you have a problem now. If you're going to mount the plate, by the way, that's the bit I used. That's a bear of a bit, even on the Bosch router. It's a lot of power, but a big bit to be moving around. It tends to jump a little bit, which is kind of spooky. But that's a decent bit to use. So with the fence up, I routed it out, and I'm routering through double layer of 3/4 ply. That was with a plan that I was going to just put a lip and then put set screws down into it. I bailed on that plan because these from Rockler, which is this, insert plate levelers. If you look around on the web, everybody's like, oh, without those it's a horror show, and it probably would have been. So these mount one per corner. Now, according to the instructions, you get a hole saw. I used a Forstner bit, and you drill first 1.5 hole, 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 and then you run your router around. Two things can go wrong there. The hole itself is pretty straightforward. When you're running the router bit through, you may overshoot. You shouldn't go into this hole area because the 1.5 inch matches the radius of the plate. But if you do blow past, you no longer have a nice 1.5 turn on there, radius to corner. Anyway, according to the instructions, you now mount these. They mount with Kreg's little pocket holes. They're not actually pocket hole screws, I should say. They're self-tapping screws. They tell you to drill a pilot hole, but that's, well, we all know how that goes sometimes. So they tell you mount one per corner. Now, here's the problem you're going to run into that I did, so take my advice and don't make my mistake. If you mount them one per corner, but you've done similar butchered job of the hole, after you get done mounting the 4 corners, what you're going to find is that the screws they give you to secure it, which for now I'm going to use, if you mount them exactly to the corners, like here, this screw will then not line up with the bracket underneath it. So, here's what you have to do, assuming you've messed up the installation. I've already done these the way I'm about to describe it. Here's my method, and I'm trying to do this all with one hand. Attach the bracket with the screw. And then install the plate. Put the other screws in, tighten them up, and then while holding this in place, screw it from underneath. So as you can see, the bracket, well, tough to see down there, the bracket will no longer be neatly seated in the corner, but the screw will line up with the plate, and the bracket will support the plate. Sorry for the quick jittery video, but it's a useful tip. Hope it helps you.